Good morning. It is Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. It's about 20 after 9 in the morning, and I just got done with my first workout of the day. Today is day 5 of my 75 hard challenge. Brief rundown. You've already heard it all before, but if anybody hadn't seen any of my previous videos, and you probably haven't, then I'm just going to give you a brief rundown. 75 hard. Each day for 75 days, you have to do 2 exercises or 2 workouts, 45 minutes apiece. One must be outdoors. You have to stick to a specific healthy way of eating with no cheat meals or alcohol, and for me that's carnivore. Number 3, you have to drink a gallon of water every day. Number 4, you have to read 10 pages at least of a nonfiction or self-help book. And then the 5th one is you have to take a progress pic every day. And I've been doing pretty well with everything except the reading, and it's really strange, but this has been the hardest part of it for me, and I love reading, but you know, up until this point in my life, I just always read when I felt like it, picked up a book when I felt like it. As part of the 75 hard challenge, it's part of the requirements that you read every day, 10 pages, and I keep forgetting to do it. So it gets down to be, 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I haven't done any reading yet. I'm like, oh God, now I got to sit down and read. And so the reading itself isn't problematic for me at all, but just remembering to is being a problem. My youngest daughter is doing 75 hard right now. I'm super proud that she's doing that. She is awesome. My oldest daughter also does a bunch of spin classes and stuff like that. So I'm super proud of those two for what they're doing to gain physical and mental strength. I'm so proud of both of them. I just completed my first workout of the day. It was a 50-minute walk through one of my favorite routes around the city that I live in, which is Gallatin, Tennessee. And part of that route took me through the city cemetery, which is one of my favorite places in the whole world. I have a morbid fascination with cemeteries, churchyards, graveyards, anything where dead people are resting. I find it intriguing. I find it relaxing. I find it calming. There's just something about graveyards that, I enjoy them. I find peace there. They're peaceful to me. And so there are 2 reasons why I enjoy cemetery type settings. The first one is that, like I said, they are relaxing to me. They put me in a calmer state. I just look around and I just am amazed that some of those people have been there that long, and some of those headstones have been that long. I'm curious as to who a lot of those people were when they were alive, and it puts me in a just much more relaxed state to be in a cemetery. I can't explain it any better than that. But the second reason is that it sort of forces me to think more about my mortality. I'm going to be 52 years old at the end of June. So, another month or so, I'm going to be 52 years old. And the older that I get, and I'm sure that it's this way for a lot of people, the older that I get, the more I think about the end of my days and how much I've got left to live for. I've already got, some regrets about how I lived my life when I was younger. I don't want to have any more going forward. And I've got so many things to live for. Like I said, I've got 2 grown daughters who are just amazing. I hope that both of them give me some grandchildren at some point. And we'll see if that happens. But, I'm hopeful that that's the case. They're both very successful in their careers. They both work with children. I'm very proud of both of them. My wife, who I love dearly and who I'm never going to be without for the remainder of my days. She has a compromised immune system, and she rarely feels good. Even when she feels good, she doesn't have very much energy, and she's not, an invalid or anything like that. She's a very fully functioning adult. She goes to work every day and whatnot, but she's susceptible to illness. She's just got low energy, and I wish she would start to work out a little bit more. I think that would help to bring some energy to her. She hasn't done it yet, and I believe she will one day. I don't try to push any of my stuff on her. I don't push carnivore on her. I don't push working out on her. I don't push anything on her. I don't want to create that strife between us, and she's going to have to come to that realization that she's going to need to do something on her own. So, and hopefully I've got some unborn grandchildren whose lives I'm going to want to be a part of. So I didn't mean for this to be a big "this is my why" video, but I guess it sort of turned into that. And walking through the cemetery gives me that perspective. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna die one of these days. I'm gonna be in a place just like this, and I need to make sure that before I do, that everybody's taken care of. My family's taken care of. My wife is taken care of. I want to make sure that my children are in good places in their lives, and it's you think about that the older that you get. So anyway, oh gosh, one other thing that's not related to any of that, I changed up my workout routine a little bit yesterday. I've been mostly walking the first 3 days of the 75 hard. So I'll walk in the morning, walk in the afternoon. It's putting a lot of wear on my legs, and I can feel the wear that it's putting on my legs, and that's okay. That's something I'm gonna have to power through and strengthen up and get used to. But yesterday afternoon rolled around. It was storming like crazy outside, just rain coming down in buckets, and I could have gone out for a walk at that point, but I didn't. And I really didn't want to do an elliptical workout, because I did one of those the other night, and it was the worst experience that I've ever had in my life. 45 minutes on an elliptical machine, I was ready to just start. Oh, I don't even want to tell you what I was ready to do. So I didn't want to do an elliptical workout yesterday. What I wound up doing was going to one of the city parks that's like a half mile away from my house, and I went up under one of their shelters and I did a slam ball workout. And I haven't done a slam ball workout since last year, and it put a workout on me. Now, when I do a slam ball workout, I have a tendency to rush it. I have a tendency to rush and just try to get it done as quickly as I can. And anybody who knows anything about doing strength training will tell you the more that you rush like that, the higher possibility there is of hurting yourself. And I didn't hurt myself, but if I keep going like that, it could happen. So I need to learn how to slow it down a little bit. But I did a slam ball workout for about 20 minutes, and then I paused the workout, went back to the house, got on the elliptical for the last 25 minutes, and I felt like blowing my brains out after 5 minutes of doing the elliptical. I can't tell you how monotonous and boring it is for me to do an elliptical workout. I can't explain it. But today, after doing that slam ball workout, I'm just kind of sore all over. Everything's kind of, hurting, but in a good way. So that's that. I guess I probably ought to wrap it on up. I've got a phone interview today at noon. For those who don't know, I am currently out of a job. I got fired, or I don't know. Did I get fired? I guess so. The hotel that I was working for previously was sold to a different company, and the new company decided they didn't want to keep me on. I was apparently too expensive, and they have a lot of other money that they're getting ready to spend on the property also, so they couldn't afford to keep me on. So I was not picked up by the new company. I was the only one who wasn't picked up by the new company. So I'm currently looking for a job, and that's my job right now. So I have a phone interview today at noon, and I'm going to spend the rest of the day on the computer looking for a job. So we'll see how everything goes. I'm looking forward to the new chapter of my life. This could have really messed with my head more than it has if I'd been released because of, my performance or whatever. If I wasn't any good at my job. That wasn't the case. And it did mess with my head the first, day or two. And I'm like, look, I'm good at what I do. Somebody else is going to gain from this company's loss, and, it's not the end of the world. And it wasn't the end of the world. And, you just have to keep that kind of perspective on it. Anyway, the rest of my day, I'm going to be drinking another cup of coffee. I'm going to start drinking my gallon of water, scratch off a few things on my 75 hard to-do list, and hunker down and keep looking for a job. So anyway, I'm out of here for now, and I'll catch you later.